In a stunning display of racing intelligence and adaptability, Marc Marquez converted a potentially race-ending situation into triumph at the MotoGP Thai Grand Prix. The factory Ducati rider completed a perfect opening weekend to the 2025 season with pole position and victories in both the sprint race and main event at Buram. The victory marked Marquez's first season opening win since 2014 and propelled him to the top of the championship standings for the first time since his last world title in 2019 with an 8-point lead. While initially cruising in the lead, Marquez faced a critical moment on lap 7 when he suddenly dropped back after exiting turn 3. The 8-time world champion later revealed this was due to a front tire pressure warning that required immediate attention. It was super demanding the race because the feeling was super good in the beginning. I said, okay, I'm cruising, and already I opened a gap, Marquez explained to TNT Sport. But then I realized the tire pressure was not enough, and then I was looking for a slipstream. MotoGP regulations require riders to maintain a minimum pressure of 1.8 bar for at least 60% of a Grand Prix, with violations resulting in a severe 16-second time penalty. With just 3 laps of margin remaining before facing this penalty, Marquez made the tactical decision to ride behind his brother Alex, using the slipstream to generate heat and increase his tire pressure. I only overtook Alex with 3 laps to the end because since I don't complete the laps, I didn't overtake him, he explained. But it was quite critical, because with a penalty, it was a disaster. But we worked together with the team, we're a team, and we did it. Marquez attributed the tire pressure issue to his evolving riding style, and the team still learning his preferences. I'm new in the team, and still they need to know me, he said. Sometimes when I have the pace on the race on Sunday, I'm changing the riding style, I'm riding different. I'm pushing the front less because it's where you can crash, and it's the only thing I don't want to do. The flexibility in his approach actually contributed to the initial pressure miscalculation. I changed quite a lot the riding style, because in this racetrack I was able to ride in 2-3 different ways with the same lap time. So, maybe changing the riding style, that pressure was not the correct one. But it's experience for the future. After patiently following his brother until the end of lap 23, Marquez finally made his move at turn 12 and quickly opened a 1.7-second gap to take the checkered flag. Marquez described a weekend as a dream, expressing particular joy at sharing the podium with his brother Alex, who finished runner-up throughout the weekend. Sharing that weekend with my brother is something unreal for my family. I cannot imagine the feeling of my father, mother, and all the family, Marquez said, visibly moved by the achievement. While celebrating his own success, the elder Marquez also predicted future victories for his brother. If you ask my brother, he would say, okay, but next time opposite. But believe me that he will win races this year, he's riding super good. With this perfect start to his campaign with the factory Ducati team, Marquez has sent a clear message to his competitors that he's back in championship form, while demonstrating that his racecraft and strategic thinking remain as sharp as ever. Pecco Bagnaia, typically accustomed to standing on the top step of the podium, found himself looking up at both Marquez brothers during the opening round of the 2025 MotoGP season in Thailand. Despite securing 2 third-place finishes in both the Sprint and Grand Prix, the reigning champion made it clear that bronze wasn't the medal he came to collect. I'm not here to finish third, Bagnaia stated bluntly during the post-race press conference, his competitive fire evident despite the composed demeanor. I learned from last year that it's important to take the maximum and to take the correct risk. The Ducati Lenovo team rider watched as the Marquez siblings made history by becoming the first brothers to occupy the top 2 positions in the MotoGP World Championship standings. While acknowledging third place was his ceiling for the weekend, Bagnaia's frustration was palpable. I will never sign for a third place, but it was the maximum I could do, he continued. Next time I will try to be second, and then the time after first. The Italian champion's troubles began well before race day. Testing issues had cascaded into the race weekend, leaving him perpetually behind schedule with his preparation. On Friday, we finished the job that we didn't do in the test, so I needed to set up a bit more on Saturday morning, and I was a bit too late, Bagnaia explained, detailing how the domino effect led to poor tire choice decisions. I didn't try well the front tires. Yesterday, I decided to go with the hard compound front tire, but it wasn't the correct choice. And today, I used the soft that was working much better, but I think I wasn't on the correct setup for trying to have an advantage. The Marquez factor. What perhaps stung more than the result was Bagnaia's observation that Marc Marquez appeared to be holding back during parts of the race. The factory Ducati rider believed his teammate was playing with both himself and Alex Marquez. "I think that Marc today played a bit with us," Bagnaia noted, referencing Marquez's explanation about dropping back to manage tire pressure. "But as soon as he decided to go, he gave to me like 2.3 seconds in 3 laps." This stark demonstration of Marquez's superior pace left Bagnaia with a clear mission. He was much faster and I have to improve, learn what he's doing better, and close this gap. With the analytical mind of a champion, Bagnaia pinpointed exactly where he was losing time on the Burum circuit. "I was very good in the hard braking, turns 1, 2, and 12, and I wasn't that bad in some corners, but I was losing too much in turns 4, 5, and 6 to Marc, and in turns 7 and 8 to Alex." The upcoming races in Argentina and the United States, circuits that historically favor the Marquez brothers, add urgency to Bagnaia's need for improvement. "I know that the next 2 race weekends are very good for both of them, but I need to be closer," he acknowledged. As the paddock prepares to head to the Americas, the defending champion finds himself in the unfamiliar position of hunter rather than hunted. Whether this early season challenge will fuel his determination or signal a changing of the guard remains to be seen, but one thing is certain. Francesco Bagnaia has no intention of making a habit of third-place finishes.